Howdy people, how you doing? It's Domos108KV Expert here on YouTube. And this, you may be able to tell, I'm only just recording this after I have done my little hello, how you all doing video, which is an update to where my channel is heading. And as I said in that video, I said I was going to talk about stuff that may not necessarily be games related, but just generally talk to you about my thoughts on stuff that's currently going on, whether it be in my life, gaming life, other things. You know the deal. Yeah. Some shit went down that, quite frankly, it puts into perspective a few things, you know? It puts into perspective quite a few things. And I might as well let you guys know the story. So, part of a contract was leaked recently concerning Machinima and Microsoft. And Microsoft are basically paying Machinima employees and Machinima partners extra money per video if they say something good about the Xbox One and influence positivity towards Microsoft's new console. So it was basically a matter of sellouts. They're just selling out now. Their contract is now obliging the act of selling out, which is just crazy. Like, what happened to friendly competition, you know? Like, okay, the gaming industry now, when it comes to the console wars, has gotten incredibly childish. At least in my opinion, when it's come to recent years, especially with the whole PS3 not PS3, PS4 and Xbox One scenario. With that scenario happening, the Xbox One, Microsoft did a very good plan, in my opinion, originally. Waited for Sony to announce when they're going to announce the PS4 first, and then Microsoft reacted by saying, well, we're going to announce the Xbox One earlier. Good. Good plan. Very, very well made. Then, obviously, the Xbox One reveal was a little bit, for the lack of a better word, crap? I think we can agree. It was back in the past. We can agree it was a little bit on the crap side. And then, how does Sony react? Sony reacts, they wait it out until the PS4 reveal, and they make subtle jabs. They just tease it, you know, like a little kid saying, you know. And that's where the industry has now gone, and that's where the business has now gone. It's just childish attacks against one another to prove who's more dominant above the other. And I completely understand that this contractual practice that's happening currently with Microsoft and Machinima goes on everywhere. It happens everywhere. It happens with other big companies like IGN and all those other guys. Obviously, we don't hear about it because they're contractually obligated, and they're also contractually obligated to not talk about it. So the problem here is about people being honest about what's happening, and quite frankly, obviously the guys at the top of the ladder basically telling you, shut the fuck up and do it, or you're not getting paid. So where do I stand on all this? Well, as you can tell by my facial expressions, I'm just, if anything, I'm not angry. I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed of the fact that Machinima would accept this. Because you've got to bear in mind, Machinima is at that level at the moment where they influence a lot of people, both on the PlayStation side, PC side, the Xbox side, even the Wii side. It influences a lot of people. And to just take a stand like this and to effectively change their contracts to then convince people, oh, if you're not doing anything to positively influence the Xbox One, you might as well get out of here. It's a little bit gay. Like, I've been doing YouTube videos now for 8 years. 8 years! And this is 8 years whilst being at university, whilst working my arse off, whilst finding jobs and getting the experience I want to get into the games industry that I am still hoping to do to this day. And that's the thing. Like, I've seen a few different videos here and there from different people, ranging from Boogie2988, who I respect the living daylights out of, and Alpha Omega Sin, and some other people as well, some other smaller channels. And some of the smaller channels are blaming the industry itself for this, and the fact of the matter is, you shouldn't blame the industry. This isn't the developers. This isn't the developers causing this. This isn't the publishers causing this. These are the higher ups from Microsoft, basically telling the higher ups at Machinima, we're gonna give you X amount if you give us X respect. I just don't like it. Anything that influences sales of a product that may be inferior, and I'm going to say this right now before I go any further. Yes, I do have a PlayStation 3. Yes, I do have a PlayStation 4. Yes, I do have an Xbox 360, and no, I am not planning on getting an Xbox One anytime soon. Does that make me a Sony fanboy? No. Because, quite frankly, I respect both sides of the console war. I love the PlayStation 4. There are things about the Xbox One I absolutely adore. But I'm not getting an Xbox One simply because I can't afford to run off of 2 next-generation consoles at this moment in time. So at the moment, I've got my PS4, my PS3, and my Xbox 360, and most of the games I'm going to be getting are either going to be for my PS3 or my PS4, just so I can record content for my VGU gaming channel that I'm the manager of. So understanding of me not being a fanboy, and heck, I'm also a journalist, but I'm one of the journalists that doesn't talk bullshit. I'm the kind of person where if you can give me any game to review, whether it be next gen, previous gen, any gen. Give me a game to review and I will give you straight up my honest opinions of how it plays and how good it is. It doesn't matter whether other companies have been giving it 9s out of 10s, other companies have been giving it 2s or whatnot. It's my opinion and I'm going to show you what I think about it. If it influences you buying or not buying the game, okay, that's your decision after reading what I have said. Because everything that I ever write review-wise on videogamesuncovered.com is completely my thoughts on that game. And so from that standpoint, I feel this is a complete and utter joke. And if anything, it's Microsoft just trying to be the big daddy of gaming when they shouldn't be. There are more pressing matters going on at the moment, such as Microsoft being in the shit. And in my personal opinion, instead of Microsoft going to Machinima and saying, hey Machinima, give us a little bit of a bump for the Xbox One, would you? If anything, Microsoft should be going to Nintendo and saying, hey Nintendo guys, I understand you're having problems. You're like the granddaddy of games. Let's see if we can't help each other. You know? I know this is kind of changing the topic a little bit, but there are more pressing matters to concern about than just pumping up your own products that may not necessarily be really good. Or may not even necessarily be worth pumping up. Just my honest opinions there. As for Machinima, I hate them anyway. I only ever watch, out of Machinima now, the only things I watch are Inside Gaming to get news and to educate myself on what's happening in the industry, and ETC, because I generally find ETC entertaining. That's all I watch. I don't want to watch any Call of Duty frag compilations. I don't want to watch people making fun of League of Legends or doing League of Legends highly ranked gameplay or high ranked commentaries. I don't care about all of that shit because in my personal opinion it's all boring and it's all the same. I've seen it a million times over. I'm gonna see it a million more times over before I end up deciding to quit YouTube, which I don't think I'm gonna end up doing. But yeah, it's just bad. I have my problems with Machinima anyway, which I will probably go in deeper in another video when I feel like talking about it, but as for this, with Microsoft and Machinima, I'm pissed. I don't think it should happen, but it is going to happen anyway. We haven't heard anything from Machinima or Microsoft yet about this either. So all we can really do at the moment is wait it out, see what happens, and heck, I want to see what Machinima have to say. I'm interested. I'm quite interested. So let's wait it out, let's see what they've got to say, and hopefully the heads of Machinima will realise, yeah, this is actually pretty shitty. They may not necessarily change their contracts, but they may come out saying this does not influence the overall stance of Machinima in the games industry. Even if they say that, at least they've come out and said it, you know? But anyway, I'm waffling. Those are my thoughts on the whole Machinima Microsoft thing with the Xbox One. If you have any thoughts yourself, put it in the comments. I'll be sure to look them over. If there is an update on this, which I hopefully hope there is. Hopefully hope. Yeah, that works. Well, I hope there will be an update on this. I hope either Microsoft, Machinima, or both of them come out to talk about this and discuss why they're really doing this and discuss that how this is beneficial to not just Microsoft and Machinima, but the entire gaming and journalistic industry. I'm domos900 aka the Experter. I'll see you guys next time. Until then, I'm disappointed.